Hey, this is going to be a collective reading. This is going to be just whatever comes out. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Usually I start out with the oracle cards, but I'm going to start out with tarot. And then I'll pull out the oracle if need be. Anyways, let's get started. I'll say what signs I see too. This is not going to resonate for everybody, so, don't try to force a story that doesn't belong to you. Okay. Alright. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment. And super thankful for all my subscribers. I've gained some recently. Appreciate that. If you're returning, thank you. If you're new, welcome. Okay, let's get started. What does the collective need to know? What's going on with the collective? Tower card in the reverse. Aries, Scorpio energy. Somebody is trying to avoid something. Somebody is trying to avoid like a fight, an argument, an explosion of emotions, some sort of upheaval, some sort of big life change. Somebody's trying to avoid that. Okay, I have the Nine of Swords in the reverse, so a lot of stress and anxiety happening here. Maybe somebody having trouble sleeping. I have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. There's some sort of blocked energy here. This could literally be like somebody blocked or something like that. But there's a block. There's a block to communication here. Or a delay of some sort. Somebody may be trying to delay something. Page of Wands. I'm seeing somebody here really wanting to communicate, though. This could be a fire sign, could be an air sign, or a Scorpio. Like, this is somebody that really wants to communicate. Usually the Page of Wands is like excitement, but I feel like excitement as far as that goes right now, I feel like this is some sort of like sudden communication, sudden change, sudden something suddenly. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, so what's this Tower card in the reverse? What is this Tower card in the reverse? The World card. Yeah, somebody's trying to avoid ending a cycle here. That's what this looks like to me. There could be something about distance here as well. I have the Hanged Man in the reverse, Pisces energy. So it's like somebody here is having trouble accepting something, accepting that something is over. It's like somebody kind of stuck here. There's like a stuck energy about this person. Somebody's stuck. Or feels like they're stuck in a situation. I have the King of Swords here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Somebody here could be dealing with an air sign. I feel like they're dealing with somebody who's kind of cold. Not very emotional. Not very loving. Just kind of direct. Somebody doesn't want to accept something. Somebody doesn't want to accept some cycle that may be closing, because this could mean like an upheaval in somebody's life or something like that. What is this Nine of Swords in the reverse? What is this Nine of Swords in the reverse? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's like just like the love is like lacking in this situation. Somebody could be emotionally unavailable or something like that. Somebody, they could be dealing with somebody who like doesn't really take responsibility for their actions or their emotions or something like that. Just doesn't take like an ownership. in the relationship. Yeah, Eight of Cups here. Somebody is like, there's some situation here that somebody's, I think, is thinking about walking away from. Three of Swords, but to walk away from this situation would really break somebody's heart. This could be a third party situation, doesn't have to be, but there's just somebody's heavily contemplating walking away from something, but there's also an element here of them not being able to accept that it's over. Maybe this person is trying to avoid that. They're trying to avoid the fact that this person is emotionally unavailable. They're trying to blind themselves almost to all of this that this person is doing. I have the Magician card in the reverse, Gemini energy. There's somebody here manipulating themselves. I feel like somebody here could be a manipulator in a relationship as well. There could be somebody doing something for personal gain, but at the same time, it's like there's somebody here who's manipulating themselves. They're manipulating themselves into staying, like they're making excuses for this person. What is this Eight of Wands in the reverse? Yeah, there's some sort of conversation that's being avoided here. What's this Eight of Wands in the reverse? Page of Cups in the reverse. This person could be, you know, a little like I said, emotionally unavailable, but I'm also getting like a little bit of an immaturity here. There could be an age gap in this relationship. Doesn't have to be, but there's, you know, there's immaturity here. I feel like every time a conversation comes up with this person, it's like they avoid it. They avoid taking accountability for their role in the situation. I feel like this person just kind of like laughs it off maybe. If they aren't laughing it off, it's like they just don't take it seriously. They're not taking it seriously at all. King of Cups in the reverse, more emotionally unavailable energy here. Could be a water sign. What is this Page of Wands, though? What is this Page of Wands? What is this Page of Wands? You know, I'm getting like all this heavy energy all around this Page of Wands, and in the middle is this Page of Wands. Somebody who just wants to be excited about life. They want to be excited. They want to do things. They want to go like it, like, and this person is just, all of this person is weighing heavily, all of this person's energy is weighing heavily on them. Yeah. 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy, 5 of Cups. There's some sadness here. 2 of Pentacles, and then the Hermit card, Virgo energy. And then I have the 6 of Pentacles here, and I also have the 8 of Swords here. So it's like somebody's very like stuck in their head about a decision. There's a lot of sadness here. And, you know, when I'm looking at this, and with this Hermit card, it's like somebody's going within and really looking at themselves and asking themselves why they're accepting a situation like this. And with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like, this is reciprocity. This is, you know, this is not a reciprocal relationship. This is not a reciprocal relationship. And I have the 5 of Cups here, you looking at it. It's like, they're turned looking at these 3 cups spilled over again. This could be a third party situation. They could have like this 2 of Cups behind them. It's like they're not even paying attention to that. They could have a better life. They could have a better life. And they're not paying attention to that because they're so busy being worried about this one situation that at the end of the day, you know, it's with somebody who's emotionally unavailable. This person does not care about the collective. This person does not care about the collective. Yeah, Devil energy in the reverse. This person wouldn't care if the collective left tomorrow. They wouldn't care. This person could be like all about their money, all about, you know, that they don't care. All about their money. King of Pentacles right here. That's all this person's worried about. It's money. Finances. Justice card in the reverse. Libra energy. Yeah, there's no balance and no harmony in this relationship. And this person, like I said, this King of Swords, whoever this is, this person does not care. They don't care. They don't care at all. 4 of Cups. They don't care. They have other options. Maybe this is a third party relationship, but they have other options. If you left today, or if the collective left this person today, they would not care. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, they're not putting any effort into this situation whatsoever. None. Queen of Swords in the reverse. I mean, this person could be really rude and mean and controlling and say things that hurt the collective's feelings. And do they care? No. Yeah, there could be a lot of arguing and fighting going on with this person. I'm getting heavy air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, a lack of cooperation. Again, could be a third party situation. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just getting some big third party energy here. Seven of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this person almost does things blatantly in front of the collective. It's almost like this person says and does things blatantly because they don't care if they get caught. They don't care. They don't care. I feel like this could be a situation where the collective maybe threatens to leave this person. They threaten to leave this person, and this person may say a couple of things to like, I don't think it's necessarily to get the collective to stay. I think this is so that the collective will shut up. That's the energy I'm getting from this. I don't mean to laugh about this. This is serious to somebody, but, you know, I'm just really not seeing, you know, the care or concern. There's not a lot of cups here. I have the Five of Cups, but that's about sadness and loss. I have the Eight of Cups. That's about walking away. Tell me some more about this situation. Tell me some more about this situation for the collective. This is most definitely somebody who is currently in a relationship or a marriage. I'm not getting a lot of past energy here. I'm getting somebody that somebody is currently in a relationship with. Five of Cups again. Sadness. Despair. Depression even maybe. Five of Swords. Manipulation. Mind games. I have the Ten of Cups. And then I have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. And I have the Tower card. Which, you know, we started with the Tower card. I feel like this is an upheaval for somebody that they're trying to avoid. And I think they're trying to manipulate themselves into thinking that this is the Ten of Cups. When this is nothing but a Ten of Swords. This is betrayal. There is betrayal here. But this is almost like rock bottom. And I feel like for somebody to accept that this situation is over and that this other person doesn't care, I feel like this would be a major Tower moment for somebody. Again, Aries, Scorpio energy. I'm getting air and water. Like, this situation's not the Ten of Cups. And somebody here is manipulating themselves into thinking or seeing that it is. Eight of Cups in the or Seven of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, there's just a lot of confusion in this situation. There's a lot of confusion in the situation. Moon card, Pisces energy, secrets maybe even. Four of Pentacles here. Four of Pentacles. Somebody's holding something. There is something here going on behind the scenes, I feel. But I also feel like no matter what somebody does, this kind of lies in their subconscious as well. And I feel like somebody is holding on to this with a death grip, you know? Somebody's holding on to this situation with a death grip. And it's like, but the other person's not holding on, though. This other person's just, you know, they're there. They will just be there. And that's it. I just don't think there's much more than that coming from this person. Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is some hard lesson that somebody is going to have to learn. They're kind of refusing to learn it, though, is what I'm getting from this. Kind of, you know, refusing to learn it. I have the King of Swords here again. Again, a King of Swords. Like, the collective is dealing with somebody who is for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because this person's been hurt in the past, but I really don't feel like this is an excuse to treat somebody like this. This person is very cold and calculating. Yep, Seven of Swords. Very cold and calculating, this person is. Very cold and calculating. I'm getting the Queen of Wands right here, and this is giving me like the negative energy of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands has a huge ego, a manipulator, a narcissist even, totally focused on the outside. I have the King of Pentacles here again, totally focused on finances, money, image. There's something here about that. I'm going to take that as confirmation. That there's something here about image. And I want to also say this was in Twin Flame. There was something about image here in the Twin Flame reading as well. If that resonates with you, you may go watch it. May not be your story. It may not be the same story as this. I just remember saying image. Knight of Swords here again. An argumentative person. If there is a lot of conversation going on with this person, it's arguments. It's disagreements. Somebody could have a temper. Three of Cups in the reverse. It's very fake. It's very fake. This person is very fake for some reason. I don't know what that means, but there's just something here that's very phony. This person could even be talking behind the collective's back about them. I don't know why I'm getting that. Ace of Pentacles. This is giving me opportunistic vibes. Like somebody could be opportunistic here. Ace of Wands. The Magician card. Gemini energy. Virgo. It's like there's just this is manipulation. This is what this is looking like to me. This is manipulation by an opportunistic person. They may be all worried about this could be almost like a purely sexual relationship. Could be that. Doesn't have to be, but it could be that. Could be all about, it just looks like this is all about what this person can get. Okay? Five of Pentacles here. This person is, the collective is following somebody to nowhere. If you look at the original Raider White Five of Pentacles, it's like the one person is like a sick, hurt person is following another sick, hurt person, and it's like this is going nowhere good. So what's this current person's actions going to be in the situation? What their actions going to be in the situation? Page of Wands. Devil card, Capricorn energy. Sun card in the reverse, Leo energy. This is just some very immature energy, very immature communication. This looks like a toxic, codependent relationship. And I feel like with the Sun card in the reverse, this is just, it's, you know, it's the opposite of what the Sun is in the upright. The Sun is happiness, victory, a win, like a nice, bright, sunny day. And I feel like this relationship is anything but that. It's not that. I feel like it could be on the surface. I do feel like there's a lot here that's surface level with this relationship. It does look like it could be that on the surface. You know, this is the kind of relationship that I think somebody takes really pretty pictures and they hang them up on the wall, but nobody ever, they're so busy arguing with each other that neither one of them ever looks at the pictures. I mean, the collective might sit and look at these pictures, and I feel like when the collective's sitting and looking at these pictures, they're crying because that's not what the relationship is, and they know it. I have the Eight of Cups here, walking away. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Yeah, I feel like this, whatever actions this current person takes is going to be, um, it's going to be heartbreak. And I do have the Ace of Cups here as well. And I feel like that may mean that the person, this current person for the collective, may be moving on to another person. That's what this looks like to me. It's exactly what this looks like to me. I have the Two of Swords here. And I feel like this is the collective's energy refusing, absolutely refusing to see the truth here. Absolutely refusing to see the truth. Knight of Pentacles, they're very stuck. They're very stuck. They feel like leaving this relationship is going to be a risk or something like that. Or they just feel like Ten of Pentacles, yeah. They feel like this is, this person could have created roots in this relationship. Again, this could be a long-term relationship, a marriage or something like that, involving a family even. And this is where this person has planted themselves. And, nobody ever gets into that situation thinking they're going to leave. But I feel like this is not what this person, this is not what this person set out for. I have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups in the reverse. And tens are about endings as well, I want to say. There's just Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm not sure there's very much more effort that can be put into the situation, is what I'm saying. I'm sorry for whoever's read this is. This isn't going to be a very positive read, but, sometimes we have to hear hard truths. I have to hear hard truths. Everybody has to hear a hard truth every once in a while, and this looks like a hard truth that, this is just not happiness. It's not happiness. This is the Ten of Swords here. That's twice. You have the Ten of Swords out here. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords, I would like to say, is, the sun is coming up in the background. So acceptance of this being over. And by the way, I have 4 tens out here that I'm looking at right now. Acceptance that something is over, that a cycle is closing, or that it has already closed, because I feel like in this relationship, the cycle has already closed, and I feel like the collective is the only one keeping it alive right now. Yeah. And this is very hurtful. This is very hurtful. And this could be like rock bottom for somebody. I'm hearing that, rock bottom. But, I feel like there's this Three of Cups, though. I feel like this is people. There could be 2 other people around the collective that may be some really close friends or something like that. I feel like this is like a time to lean on that. Lean on friends. Lean on your friends. So, okay. What is the advice? What is the advice for the collective? I feel like the advice is that, acceptance, Judgment card, awakening, Scorpio energy, acceptance. I mean, we started out with the Tower card in the reverse, and then we also had the World, and then we had the Hanged Man in the reverse. And I feel like that is the advice, is to accept. 6 of Swords. Move away from this. Get away from this. Get out of this. Protect your peace. 8 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is a self-imposed prison. And this is the lower octave of the Devil card, okay? And the Devil card is about toxic attachments. And I feel like with this 8 of Swords in the reverse, this is saying this is a self-imposed prison. This is a place that, the collective is choosing. This situation is a situation that the collective is choosing. And they don't have to. And they can get out of it. They can get out of it. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse again. There's just not much more effort that can be put into this situation. And I don't feel like the collective's person is going to put any more effort into this situation either. King of Wands in the reverse. Could be dealing with a very controlling, like narcissistic person, very manipulative, all about image. Again, like I said, it's nothing really deep here. Empress card in the reverse. There's such a lack here. And I feel like this is also the collective operating from a lack mentality as well. Like they'll never find somebody new there. They'll never have somebody. They'll never find somebody else. And so they accept a situation they don't have to stay in. They don't have to be in. Behavior from somebody that they don't have to, they don't deserve. See if I can get some oracle here. Long haul, in it to win it, long-term intentions, and invested. Yeah, I feel like the collective is invested in this person. This could, again, like getting away from this person could involve travel or something like that, but I feel like this is, the collective has built this up in their head. Is this 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and it's anything but that. It's not that. Red flagged, warning signs, take heed, risky situation. I feel like two things. I feel like maybe the collective missed some red flags with this person, and maybe they're blinding themselves to the red flags with this person. But I also feel like they feel like this would be a risky situation to get out. But I have lipstick evidence, infidelity, caught cheating, betrayal. Again, there could have been some sort of betrayal here. Again, I feel like this person doesn't care that I don't care. I think this person waves it right. Yeah, laughter, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. I feel like this is a person who just kind of rubs it into the collective's face. Like they don't care. They don't care how this hurts you. They don't. Receipts. Evidence, guilty as charged. I feel like the collective knows that this person, I feel like this is, more than just receipts of this person, like text messages or something like that. Could be that, but I feel like this person, the collective knows. They know on some level. Their soul is telling them. They know on some level that this relationship is totally over. I have SOS, distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. Yeah, I feel like this is a situation where the collective should lean on friends. Lean on friends and family in this situation, So, okay. Any more for the collective in this situation? Any more for the collective in this situation? Four of Wands in the reverse. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is just looking like somebody who's holding on, desperately clawing to hang on to a situation that is falling apart. There's no passion here. I said before, this could be all about sex. This could also be a relationship where there is a lack of that going on. But yeah, that's just what I'm getting from this. I'm not getting much more than that. I feel like this is, this is all up to the collective. I feel like the collective kind of, again, knows on some level that this relationship is over. I feel like they know on some level that their person doesn't care. They wouldn't care if they walked out tomorrow. And I'm getting that strongly from this. So anyways, that's what I have. I'm going to try to do another reading after this to maybe see if we can lighten the mood a little bit. So again, this is not everybody's story. This isn't going to resonate with everybody. Don't take this and then, make any decisions in your life based on this tarot reading. Again, this is, at the end of the day, this is entertainment. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not any of that stuff. So you need to, if you're in this situation, I suggest that you seek out for that instead of just listening to tarot. But anyways, yeah. Thanks for watching.